we have a special award. So I'd like to invite Christina Buckley, who is the Vice President of Communications with Van Cleef & Arpels, to the podium, please.
On behalf of Van Cleef & Arpels, it is truly my great honor to present the Forbes Excellence Award in Education to Maggie Doyne, the ultimate visionary builder.
It is such an honor to be here today, and like I've been saying, I think I win the award for the girl who traveled the furthest. I came from the Himalayas of Nepal, so I'm a little jet lagged, but I'm here today to tell you my personal journey and my story of how I landed myself 8,000 miles away. My journey started when I was just 17 years old. I grew up in New Jersey, and I was your typical college-bound, soccer-playing girl, I guess next door. And I woke up one morning, and at the last minute, before going to college, I decided to take a gap year. I wanted to see the world and travel and decide for myself what else was out there and kind of what I wanted to do with my life. 20,000 miles of travel later and a backpack, I found myself in the foothills of the Himalayas, trekking through war-torn Nepal, where there are an estimated 1 million orphaned children. My life obviously changed. New Jersey and Nepal are very much different from each other. And I was just totally awestruck by the beauty of the people, the women, the children, but also the sheer devastation that had taken place after a civil war in a remote country, very, very desperate. My moment happened. Everybody asks you, what was your moment? What was your moment? I was walking across this dry riverbed and imagine hundreds of children breaking stones. They were picking up boulders and breaking them with a mallet in their hand. And there was this one girl named Hema, and she was just 7 years old, and she looked up at me and she said, "Namaste, Didi," with this big smile on her face. And I looked at her, and I was so overwhelmed with the numbers, the millions, the thousands of kids. But I looked at her, and I felt, for the first time in my life, there's hope. What if I start with this one child? How would her life change if I put her into school? And then I was walking down the street, and I met, this is our typical orphan, this is our 13-year-old girl of the world. She was walking down the street carrying, this is a 200-pound load on her back. She's a child porter. And I looked at her, and we made eye contact, and I made this realization that she is me. We are all the same. And how strange it is that I was born into this life and that she was born into that life where she's carrying a load of materials back and forth all day, all hours of the day, making about $1. And I felt the sense of, what have we done? Where have we gone as a human family that our world's children are living this way and suffering this way? And the sense of shame and the sense of hopelessness and the sense of, where are we going to go from here? The problems are so deep. And then I called up my parents, and I had this vision and this moment of saying, I'm going to do something about it. I want to build a home for orphaned children. And I called them up and convinced them in this little rickety phone booth to wire over my $5,000 of life savings. It was babysitting money that I had saved up as a kid. I started as a mother's helper when I was 12 years old and had saved my way up all the way through high school. And I bought a piece of property in Nepal and decided to build that area's first ever children's home. 8 years later, this is Kopila Valley Children's Home. We started with, thank you. We started with babysitting money, and then slowly and surely the story kind of started to spread. I started sharing with young people. One day I got this call from Cosmo Girl magazine. I'm in Nepal, and they say, "Congratulations, you were named Cosmo Girl of the Year, and we're going to send you $20,000 to build your children's home and support your kids." And I'm in the middle of Nepal, right? I have lice in my hair. I'm like digging in the ground with a shovel to build the foundation with my Nepali team. And the girl goes on the phone, but it gets even better. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck? Like, what the heck could be better than $20,000 for my children? And she says, we're gonna whisk you away into New York City for a Maybelline makeover. Only here, right? But I used that money and I created this, and these are my children. I'm now the mother to 40 kids. We just took this picture the day before yesterday, and the story sort of continued. We won a grant from DoSomething.org. We built the region's first free open primary school for orphan kids, which currently serves 330 students from the most poor backgrounds with no families who need support. This is it. And you're probably thinking, like, why did she fly 8,000 miles to come and talk to us? And I'm not the oldest or the wisest or definitely the most educated in the room, but I'm here to say, wow, like, we're all here and we have this amazing opportunity to come together and to speak and to kind of solve solutions, and we have to. We have to do it for those girls that I showed in the photographs. We have to do it for kids like mine, for our daughters, for everybody. We don't need makeovers. We need to make the world better. And we can totally do that. And our model currently, our kids are testing #1 in the region. It's been used as a successful model for orphan care. Our kids are doing amazing. They're absolutely thriving and healthy. And we have so much opportunity to change the world by looking at models like this. And by doing this, so I'm here today to invite you to join with me as women, as young women, as millennials, as women who have made it, and to really, really do this. Let's make a difference for children and women and the world. And let's do it right now. Let's commit and do this together. And I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Maggie's story reminds us that education is the foundation to change, positive, proactive change. Change is the link between problem and solution. The precursor to change is a catalyst. Education is that catalyst. It is the catalyst in opening our hearts, our minds, and spirit to the world. It is the catalyst to seeking, identifying, and seizing opportunities. It is the catalyst to the confidence in the truth that all problems can be solved. And we at Van Cleef & Arpels also strongly believe that education is the catalyst to deeply feeling and believing in a positive vision of the world and in transmission of that vision, regardless if you're in the arts, sciences, or any field. Maggie had a vision for change to fulfill a need, a real need. And she truly believed that if every child in the world is provided with the most basic needs and rights, a safe home, medical care, love, and an education, they will have the foundation to grow to be leaders and end cycles of poverty and violence in our world. Maggie took the responsibility to fix it. She didn't talk about it, she took action. She built an orphanage and a primary school, and she's now building a high school. She's creating a multi-dimensional education experience that reaches beyond the traditional classroom and includes art, music, and world religion. She was a teenager with a life savings of $5,000, which she put towards discovering and bringing to life a new dream, a dream to educate children in a way that will change the world. As Maggie says, I believe that in the blink of an eye, we can all make a difference. We are all truly limitless. Maggie Doyne, please join me on stage. Stand next to you and to present you with the first ever Forbes Excellence Award in Education.
Wow. Thank you all so much. Oh, Gosh, I was so taken by surprise. This is a great, great honor, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really, really appreciate this, and I'm gonna fly back on Monday and make very, very good use of this time here, and really help as many, many children as I possibly can, and I hope we can all do this together, so thank you.